fierce and fabulous.
Why
Because
not
that's how.
Fast and Furious?
Fast and furious makes it sound very like the
Men
cars and all
dominated
of that.
suddenly.
Very like too much testosterone.
Oh. Okay.
So fierce and fabulous.
Thanks.
We've played idealistic women too long on screen. How necessary it is for us to sort of normalize flaws for female characters as well.
I think extremely important because there's this idea of what a female lead or what your male lead in traditional Indian cinema has been, and it's time that we challenge that because by the end of it, your cinema is a depiction of what's happening around you. It's a depiction of your society. We are seeking realism because times are changing. So we have to challenge this mold that has been created. Even we as actors, even the ones that seem to be completely perfect on screen are extremely imperfect in their own ways. And I think I've said this time and again that it is so satisfying for me to celebrate my flaws in front of the camera because I'm honestly so comfortable doing that, right from my first film. And I think both of us have had very similar journeys where that is concerned because, these are real people. It can be your color, your size, your height. There's so many human complexes and there's so many unnecessary societal pressures that people put in you. And I think I'm very fortunate to have gotten various chances to challenge and break that mold.
Yeah, well said. What about you?
I think two things basically. It's fun because it's fun as an actor to perform these grey shades in a character. And it's fun because it gives me the highest relatability quotient with my audience. I think that is where I actually make a direct contact with my audience that I am for real.
Yeah.
This happens for real and I am you, you are me. So that really helped me establish that connect.
Like this is your story. The girl that I'm portraying or the boy that I'm portraying, because even a lot of our male actors are now changing that, even if you look at what Ayushmann, Rajkumar, so many of them, they're trying to be as close to reality as possible, so you literally feel like, yaar, ye to meri best friend ki kahani ho sakti hai, ye main ho sakti hu, ye meri neighbor ki kahani ho sakti hai, ki ye hota hai. So that relatability is beautiful. You somewhere feel very secure and liberated. When you see like people on screen discuss normal things that you and I are going through, you feel like, okay, this is normal and it is okay for me to be this way and fuck the world.
Taapsee और आपकी journey similar है in the sense that both of you are outsiders, both of you came and decided to sort of break this norm of what the ideal heroine should be. And both of you continue to pick roles that challenge you. I think वो मैं एक similarity देखती हूँ आप दोनों में. तो since you're talking about the journeys, I want to know from the start, Taapsee, what was it that you sort of endured in the beginning to now, and how do you think it has changed for you? Look back, वो कौन सी चीज़ें थी जो आज आपको लगता है कि कम हुई है या बरकरार है?
नहीं, अब उस टाइम पे अगर मैं कंपेयर करूं 5 साल पहले जब मैंने हिंदी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में अपनी जर्नी स्टार्ट करी थी तो कंपेयर टू नाउ, पहले आई वाज मोर और लेस एट द मर्सी ऑफ द मेल एक्टर्स चॉइस कि मतलब इज इट अप्रूव्ड कि ये हीरोइन होनी चाहिए पिक्चर में कि नहीं, या मतलब इट इज़ बेसिस दैट पर्सनस केमिस्ट्री इन टर्म्स ऑफ मार्केट वैल्यू कि ये पेयरिंग सूट कर रही है कि नहीं. वो इस तरह के पैरामीटर्स की वजह से आई वाज टेकन अप और नॉट टेकन अप इन द बिगिनिंग. एंड वो अब धीरे धीरे ये चेंज हो गया है कि अब फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता कि हु इज़ द मेल लीड. अब नाउ इट्स अबाउट यू, स्टोरीज हैव चेंज्ड, द कैरेक्टर्स हैव चेंज्ड. अब ये हो जाता है कि कितनी बारी स्क्रिप्टें आती हैं हम दोनों के पास, इनफैक्ट फॉर दैट मैटर, जिसमें होता है कि हम पहले लड़की डिसाइड करेंगे क्योंकि हमारे लिए वो ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, एंड देन we'll figure out which person works the best for the actor. तो अब ये बदल गया है. That is the difference.
Thankfully. What about you?
But having said that, ये difference इसका मतलब बदल गया है, but अभी भी ये difference नहीं है कि still no big typical A-listers, or even for that matter if there is a list called B-list, वो B-listers भी they don't come out and say कि I'm okay to do a role which is slightly lesser than a girl. I would, without taking names, we were discussing about it yesterday in the flight.
Yeah.
It is so disheartening that guys जिन्होंने ऐसा नहीं, उनकी filmography is not that that you've done a lot of elaborate stuff, even if you have for that matter. I don't think we girls when we get films हम बोलते हैं कि हमारे 5 scene कम है तो हम नहीं करेंगे picture में. तो but we get to hear that a lot. a lot means, and from actors who probably haven't even done as much work as leading actors in films. They come up and say कि नहीं, I don't think at this stage of my career it's fair to play a role which is lesser than a girl. They actually come and say that, which is like, हमने तो कभी ऐसे नहीं बोला अपने किसी को एक्टर को, कितने हमने छोटे छोटे रोल किए हैं. So that kind of really feels like we have reached somewhere, but still दिल्ली दूर है अभी.
You said that, you know, this entire thing about heroes and especially a lot of big actors sort of choosing their heroine sort of moved away. They had a major call in casting, which a lot of people deny it later when you ask them. But that sort of changing has also helped people who really truly deserve it probably get chances.
This is a line that's been repeated time and again, and it's very true to what's happening in cinema today. Content is king. You know, as actors, there were 2 decades, or actually more than that, where actors were like worshipped. You know, they were the epicenter of everything good related to a film. That's changed. Cinema is a director's medium. The writers are the kings. The directors are the captain. Your director is the captain of the ship. And we are just mediums of putting their vision onto celluloid. And that's the shift that has happened. And that's the only way creativity can flourish. And that's the only way we can expand our horizon and actually match up to the content that is happening worldwide. You know, our bubble is still very small. And it is because of the films that we both do. And so many of our colleagues have now started doing, you know, where you're constantly challenging yourself, where you're constantly challenging a thought process, you know, are things getting better? You know, there's newer talent that is sprouting up. There are newer writers, directors, actors of every kind. You know, there's, as we spoke earlier, unconventional is the new thing. There's nothing unconventional today.
Yeah.
You know, if you fit a part, you fit a part. If you don't fit a part, you don't fit a part. I don't think you have a lot of, I mean, I'm sure there's some kind of formula that certain people do stick to, and I mean, whatever, it's okay, it's their calling, but that's not gonna last any longer. Things have changed.
Things have changed. You know, like she said, one stark difference on a major struggle that she faced in the beginning and today was this. What was yours?
You know, my journey has been slightly different. Sand Ki Aag is actually my 5th film.
Yeah.
It's been a shorter duration, and I started off also with a different film, you know. So the movies I've done have been, it's been a little away from your traditional route, right? So I think I can probably say the only shift is, I won't say that people see me as an urban girl today, because that's something I don't care about. You know, I'm still doing your heartland cinema, and I'm proud of it, because those are the films that work for me. Those are the films that the audience loves me for, and those are the stories I want to say. But I think a switch that has happened is that, as I said, right, like your traditional term of a heroine has changed. So there's nothing that's ever limited me, even back then, even today. One thing that has changed is my pay. I would say that. That has definitely changed. But otherwise, I think from the very beginning, the offers that I got or the films that I was doing, with God's grace, kept me very satisfied. I never felt like, okay, it's a compromise. In fact, now there are certain times that I do something, I'm like, you know, maybe I shouldn't have done it.
Really?
Yeah, like earlier, everything that I'm doing now also is a choice. But you know, you kind of get swayed in certain times while you're making a decision. And you know, you still do that project with all your love and all your heart, but you know, it's still your film and you put in your best, but then you're like, okay, did it come from a very honest place as it did earlier? So you kind of question it, but it's okay.
I also feel that if I can add to that, what you said is, because I think y'all around you, the advisors per se that you have also have opinions to give to you.
But I'll tell you what,
right?
I can say,
I like how
I can say this with a lot of, I can guarantee कि यार हम हमारे advisors की इतनी नहीं सुनते. I think most of the films that either of us do are not the films that are that we've been advised to do.
Actually, it was rather advised against
कि मतलब at the prime of your career, at the prime of your youth, why would you want to play like somebody who's 65?
Yeah.
You know, और ऐसी चीजें बोली जाती कि 65 तो है, लेकिन फिर से तुम गाँव की पिक्चर, ये गाँव की पिक्चर irritates me. Like, what do you mean? These are human stories, yeah. Like, why you, like, your audience is not seeing कि गाँव की पिक्चर है, ये शहर की पिक्चर है, वो कहानी ढूंढ रहे हैं, वो किरदार ढूंढ रहे हैं, आप उनको वो दो. And if your film is entertaining, not even entertaining, if your film is honest to what it's supposed to be, your audience will accept it.
Sanya had once told me, and I said that, you know, we were discussing about we completing our show, completing many years, and I said, what is one thing you hope that even the media sort of asks you more? and otherwise media and people. And she said, you know, a lot of male actors often get questioned a lot and in elaboration about the transformation that they go for their role. But unfortunately, ours is like a question that comes to us is very like, sometimes that question comes to us and then it goes, you know, it shifts around how your life has been and whom you're dating and otherwise.
I would actually disagree.
Yeah?
Yeah, I
You
don't
disagree
think-
with
I
that?
I think it's because of the kind of
completely
films that we have
Yeah.
done. I've been asked almost for every second film of mine
You
about.
have.
Yeah.
Dating वेटिंग तो कोई नहीं पूछता है मुझसे.
I swear.
I swear to
To
God.
be
I
honest,
mean, see the films, ना दम लगा के आयशा, सांड की
I like
आग,
how she's-
सोन चिड़िया, शुभ मंगल सावधान. Now, I mean, how? Pink, बदला.
So they don't ask us.
How? Judwa. I mean, are you seeing like the spectrum of work that we do where people are only asking about transformations? I'm like, please ask me somebody else. Transformation is the tag. कि आप पतले कैसे हुए? आपने कितना weight gain किया? अब आप बूढ़े कैसे हुए? No,
Recently, someone asked me,
Maybe
why
it's
you not-
subjective. I
It is
think.
very
Recently,
subjective.
someone had asked me, why you not linked up with your co-actors?
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so I would want to start this rumor क्योंकि मेरी फिल्म की टिकटें बिकनी चाहिए. अगर आपको उस वजह से मेरी फिल्म की टिकट खरीदनी है, देखने आना है क्योंकि I'm just dating my co-actor or I'm having a fling with
तो
him,
है.
तो है.
But I mean, again, I know it's a joke, but since we are on the topic, I don't think that today, I know a lot of actors have told earlier that, you know, it was like a thing told, that just pretend that you're having a thing because it works for the film. But today, I think no one sort of believes that as well, isn't it?
Because
I
it's
mean,
not required.
Yeah.
Story.
Tapsi just
Only
can't
story.
stop laughing, by the way.
क्योंकि ना जब भी I hear something like that, I'm always like, अरे ये तो picture kill होगा, but it probably turns out to be true. So
In the beginning,
yeah,
maybe it starts off on the set and then continues.
yeah, I mean like that.
Yeah.
Because it used to be a thing apparently. Even I haven't seen it directly, but I've also heard the same thing you're telling me about. So I always think ये तो picture के लिए होगा, but then probably it's true. So which is okay.
When you're playing a character like this, not just, of course, the hair and makeup and everything helps, but then to change your body structure and to show that aging process, I feel as an actor, I think, and delivering those dialogues. मतलब बंदूक भी होना है हाथ में, and then, you know, your structure as as someone who's elderly, and to say the dialogues is difficult. Was that a challenge, you know, doing that?
I think everything is, yeah, but the beauty of it is that when you see कि वो challenge का fruit निकल रहा है ना, more than, I think it's definitely challenging, but I think that was something I was the most scared about. See, makeup and all is a technical difficulty. You know, yes, it is difficult. We were prepared. We knew what we were getting into where the makeup of it is concerned, but where the body language, performance, language, and changing your mindset, emotionally changing, emotionally becoming so evolved that you've lived more than 40 years, more than what you've already lived in your life. That's the challenge. How do you get that life experience? How do you get the experience of becoming a mother, grandmother, you know, just the kind of life they've lived, the suppression they've seen, but the optimism that they have, that is the challenge. And it's a big responsibility. But I think we've done a very good job.
I love this.
Yes,
Tapsi,
yes, we are
कह
too
दिया
good,
ना?
yeah. We are mind blowing. तू tension मत ले.
I
Tension
really
मत ले, हाँ.
Too cute.
Both had we had kept aside around 2 months for the entire training process of learning how to shoot, learning the lingo, learning how to be a 65-year-old, how to do those house chores, and खेतों का काम से लेके ईंटों के भट्टे में जो काम होता है वो, all of this. And you know, as basic as वो ओढ़नी और वो डाल के जो लहंगा सा है इनका, वो सारे दिन का काम करना है, as if it's a part of your body. अगर आज की डेट में हम लोगों को कोई इंडियन ऐसे elaborate outfit पहना दें, because we're not used to it, we are always trying to take care of it and all. वो सुबह से लेके शाम तक they wear it like a part of their body. So to just make it so nonchalant also, that is not that easy. So all that also, because that's something that works on your mind. जैसे मेकअप तो 3 घंटे बैठ के तुम्हें सर्जरी करानी है अपने मुंह की. It looked like that only every day in the morning. We are like latex लगाओ, अरे ये 3 घंटे चल रहा है.
कोई खींच रहा है चेहरा, वहाँ से खींच रहा है. That was like really hectic. But also makeup ना, चलो आप वो ऐसी चीजें जो थोड़ा बहुत आप पोस्ट में हैंडल कर सकते हो, आप किसी की परफॉर्मेंस, इमोशन, बॉडी लैंग्वेज का क्या करोगे?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, that was
that is scary.
Yeah.
It is. Especially if they are around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it gets a little intimidating कि तुम, like, how are you portraying them right in front of them, because, you know, are they liking it?
But it's not like it makes you nervous that much, because एक तो वो सारे हर रोज नहीं आ जाते थे set पे. They were right next door, but they used to be at home, and उनको देख के तो मतलब you can only learn कि अच्छा ऐसे करना है, ऐसे करना है. It was a good reference for us to have them around. But ऐसा देख के nervousness वाला pressure नहीं होता. Responsibility वाला pressure होता है.
I have to do it better.
I have to do it really as good as possible to the best of my ability because they deserve to be presented in the best possible way.
Yeah. I know you said that you hope you get as many awards as they got that many
That'd be
medals.
great.
Yeah.
I mean, Tushar is getting
I want as many zeros in the collections.
collection.
I want that first.
Yeah, you know what? Their story is too inspiring. If you meet the dadis, you understand कि उन्होंने एक ऐसा जीवन काटा है जो easy नहीं है. And especially हमारे आज की जो औरत अगर सोचे घूंघट में, you know, आपने 60 साल बिताए हैं, but they didn't know better, you know. It is not like they've gone through any physical or mental abuse. That wasn't the case. That this is just a society structure. There's nothing that you can do, and they've lived a very happy, wholesome life, you know. But when they had their children, their daughters, that's when they realized that there's something missing. There's a vacuum. Because only when you become a mother, I think that's what our mothers keep saying कि जब माँ बनोगे तब समझोगे. You know, तो वो एक line is exactly what the film is कि तब उनको एक vacuum realize हुआ कि we can't let our children, our daughters especially, have the life that we've had. You know, and that's why when you see the film, you realize कि एक जो spirit होती है ना जिंदगी जीने की, जो इनके one liners हैं, जो एक zeal है कि life to the fullest जीना है, and they are fun, they are very cool, they are like full of dialogue bazi, and it's just they're just so endearing and cute. You just want to like go like just dig into them here and there. And this is exactly what the film is. You know, you laugh,
They're
you
very cute.
cry.
Yeah, they're very cute.
Yeah, but at its core, I'll have to say it is a story. It is a fight against patriarchy also. It is a huge fight.
100%.
Like, I mean,
That's what the film is.
yeah, it's a huge. I mean, to be that and to do what they did,
Absolutely.
and from the place that they come from, where it's at its core is
And you know,
unimaginable.
also the kind of confidence and the courage these women have. I mean, imagine they've lived under a ghungat their entire life. They've never gone out of the little ecosystem that they have, be it their village, their house. They've only interacted with those 80 members of their house. To then be able to step out of their comfort zone on their own without the support of your family and go all over India and the world, learn English, have the kind of confidence that they have. It was literally every day in their life was Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
It takes some confidence. Yeah, today if I have to go to a new country and give a speech, I will be shattered.
Yeah.
They have gone and done it with such beauty and with a smile. It's beautiful.
You know, I must say that the last time I got really excited when Madhuri and Juhi were promoting Gulab Gang together.
Oh, I
It
was so
long time.
excited about that film as well.
And this gives me that same excitement because again, it doesn't happen too often. वो भी नहीं होता है.
I think that was the reason behind me going behind this film at first place. I really wanted to do a two-heroine film. This film didn't come to me. I had to go to the film because I was really on a lookout for a film where I can share an equal screen space with another actress of the same caliber because I don't want a supporting and all that. That doesn't work. I was like, because I want to see this.
Yeah.
You know, that Juhi
That face-off.
Madhuri example you gave, trust me, I was waiting for that film to release. And I've seen it and I've actually loved the film. So, and Anubhav Sinha produced it, so I remember telling him this as well. So I was really looking out for a film where I can see two leading ladies together without fighting for one man being there.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, and then that's why I was like, I'll go and look out for it. So thank God I had access to the fact that I could pick up the phone on Shibashi Sarkar of Reliance, and then I could ask him if I've heard there's a script of this sort, met Tushar, heard the script, loved it instantly, said yes instantly in 10 seconds after hearing the script. I was like, I would love to do it. Let's find someone who can, who will share the same zeal like all of us. And Bhumi instantly said yes when she heard it. So.
And you know, I can say this like with a lot of pride that the chemistry I have with her in the film is the best I've shared with anybody today. Yeah.
Shall we start then? What's in it?
Please start this right away.
Let's start.
अरे
इसका तुम्हारा भी तो नहीं हुआ
sisterhood है यार. नहीं मेरा तो हुआ और पता नहीं कैसे. मैंने कहा क्या हुआ? मैं 4 महीने से यूपी में हूँ. मैंने कहा ये कहाँ से आ गया?
I remember it was when we were on the set
On
of
the
Sandman.
set.
What?
But let's not dwell into
Never
it.
mind, not worth even mentioning.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't believe that happened. But anyway, it also comes from a place of very work-driven attitude and security.
100%.
नहीं तो लोग I still feel it's a struggle for even female actors to come together. I know during war Hrithik kept bringing up the fact that male actors, the director also, had to put the egos aside and try coming together to entertain people. But I feel that happens.
Women are smarter, yeah. They're emotionally more evolved. You know, they always see the bigger picture. And also a lot of credit needs to be given to the writing, because, you know, there are certain scripts where both the characters are so well written. There's no up and down. There's not even like 51-49.
Yeah.
There's not even a line. And हम दोनों का बहुत clear था यार कि we have to be in it together. It's us against the world, because that's what these women are.
Amazing.
And it happened seamlessly. It's not that we had to put any effort. You know, it just happened. It's happened so organically, and it's been such a beautiful experience. Like, it's literally so surreal. Bets लगती थी set पे कि इनकी लड़ाई कैसे नहीं हो रही. How are they not fighting?
Like a joke, please tell me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because people didn't expect this.
Oh, really?
We were the calmest. We were chilling always and like supporting each other. It was a beautiful.
But I think we need to have more women supporting
See,
each
we
other.
might be two very different individuals in real. Bhumi and I probably as human beings are very different as
Yeah.
people. You know,
Yeah.
we're actually very different. But the fact is, we know the larger goal that we are working together for.
Yeah.
Because we can see what we can really achieve if we work together. So, and that is so important. That ये जो छोटे petty thoughts है ना, it's not worth, because the
Correct.
goal is so big and like so important for both of us,
Correct.
which we see from the same side. हम line के opposite side नहीं खड़े हैं, हम same side पे.
I feel that inclusivity will help. It'll help if actors tell that, you know, we're all one. I mean, you know, stop spreading the hate, isn't it?
I mean, I feel, you know, fans are a little extreme. You know,
Yeah.
that's why they are fans, and especially in India, where cinema is something that you breathe. And, you know, and I also feel that your fans really resonate a lot of who you are, you know, because these are the people that watch your films, and there's a certain kind of cinema that you are associated with. But I don't think that'll change, because that's just their passion. And social media is a place where people are going to give their opinion. You cannot change. This is how it. This is the way it's की existence ही इसलिए हुई है. अगर वो चला गया, then तो there's कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. So that'll be there, but it's okay, you know, when like other fan groups give you hate, you understand where they're stemming from, and you know that they're fans. They are going to give you hate if they disagree with you, and you just ignore. Like, it's just something that doesn't. I mean, I'm sure it doesn't.
What about
तो
you?
मतलब is the queen of
That the she is
blocking
giving
trolls.
answers. One of the actors had once come out and told the fan group, saying that, you know what, it's okay, stop sort of trolling others if they don't like my
that's
film.
lovely.
Yeah,
And I feel probably doing that will help
Yeah.
also. And again, women support women. Probably more actors need to come out and tell them, like, you know, calm down, take a chill pill.
Yeah, and let's reflect our thought process in our work. Women should support women. Then let's work together.
Yeah.
I have done quite a few films and still doing quite a few films where I'm sharing lesser, equal screen space. And I've had a fabulous time, right from Jacqueline and Judwa to Mission Mangal, 5 girls, to now with Bhumi, to my next one where there are 8 women.
Yeah.
I don't think, actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
So I think my films and the films I do will show. Let's work in such films where we can show, बोल के हमें equal चाहिए, हम सबके साथ काम कर सकते हैं, and all से बोलने से नहीं होता है, करो. So that's
like this year, I started with Dolly Kitty और वो चमकते सितारे, where I'm with Coco. Then I went into Sant Ki Aankh. You know, then I'm sharing screen space with Ananya. You know, there's Yami in Bala. In whatever capacity, however but we all are working and we all are coexisting, and we are doing it in a fantastic way. I have a good relationship with all of them. You know, it might not be very intimate with all, but it's there, and we really respect each other. And I really feel कि औरत की दुश्मन होती इतना पुराने, there's only a few men जिनको ये लगता है.
Yeah.
You know, ये बहुत मतलब कभी a woman is a woman's biggest supporter, because at some point in your life you can be from any strata of the society, from any background. You can be like chalk and cheese, but there are certain experiences that you and I have gone through that are going to be the same.
I agree.
You know, because by the end of it, these are two sexes that are very different. You know, you can be the richest person to the poorest person. एक certain experiences life के ना आपके same होंगे. And that's where we bond, and that's why we understand each other.
when the poster came out of Sankiak about why they are doing, why older actors were not given. Recently, when Neena ji also sort of commented saying that kuch roles hai jo hamare liye chhod dete. Now, a lot has happened around it. You had a long post also about it. But to sum it up, or is there something that is still left to say for people who still question the fact that here are two women who are experimenting at whatever the age might be and are playing women who are above 60?
I wrote a long post with a lot of examples and actually adding on to some female names as well, like Nargis ma'am. And I'm in no way trying to say that, I'm at the same level as an actor. I'm comparing the scenario there. All those countless examples that are there, I mentioned a few in Hindi film industry as well as in Hollywood. So I think that should have answered most of the things, and that didn't come out of trolls, that response of mine, but it came out of the fact that senior actresses felt a need to say this, and I have a huge respect for them. I have worked with Neena ma'am in Mulk, and I've shared a great rapport with her during that time, and it felt a little weird, honestly, when I heard that, because I thought I'm an actor, my job is to transform into different roles, and that's what the definition of being an actor is.
Absolutely.
So if you're gonna question my definition of being an actor, so then probably I need to revisit my profession and see if I really want to be an actor or no, because I want to be an actor so I can live different lives in this one life, and that's the whole idea of being an actor. So if it's working or no, if I could portray the emotion well or not, please judge it after the film. I'll be more than happy to take all the criticism. But just basis the fact that we are not that age or half the age, I don't think we deserve that kind of flack. Having said all that, I know our trailer was really good. It demanded attention and it got it.
Yeah, y'all were trending.
Yeah, thank you.
What about you?
No, I completely agree with Taapsee. Yeah? I mean, when a script comes your way, again, everyone who had an opinion about this are people that I love. I love their work. They have been doing some fantastic work for years, and I understand where they come from. But as an actor, I'm not going to say no to a part that comes my way, a part that I want to do. If I can play an overweight girl, or if I can play a deep-colored girl, or if I can play somebody who has a 15-year-old child in Son Chidiya, why can't I play this? And why isn't the other gender questioned? And I want to know why isn't the other gender questioned by the same lot of seniority actors, because, we all, and they all are strong women, and that's why I love them, and that's why I respect their opinion. But yeah, I'm an actor. If I can't transform myself, then as she said, that I should not be doing what I'm doing. The idea is to be able to challenge yourself. The idea is to be able to live a new life with every film. And that's why we are here.
Yeah.
We are here because our films are different. We are here because we are not the same in any of our movies. There are a lot of roles that we should not have taken up then. And even in the West, or even in our Indian film industry, we have enough examples of men and women that have taken up parts that are nowhere close to their age. It can be younger, it can be older. You have like women that are probably 20 years younger to your male actors playing their mother. And it is okay. I'm not questioning that. I'm not questioning that logic, because when I see the film, I'm okay about it. But to question it when there are two girls trying to do this, and I'm sure they weren't questioning it because we were women. I'm sure their questions were not gender specific. It was something that affected them, and that's why it came up. But I'm sure they would do the same, yeah. I'm sure they would do the same had they been in our place.
Films today, not all films have to be socially responsible, but there's an actor's sort of moral call when you choose
100%.
A certain character. A lot of films, because of social media or otherwise today, are called out for the toxic masculinity or representation of the kind of content. A few actors mentioned about how they sort of feel that at the end, I don't think of it at all when I'm choosing a role, because I feel like if the producer and the director is making a film and the film is making so much money, at the end, should we be questioned on it? And, doesn't the audience want that? And as an actor, when you're picking a role, are you looking at the pros and cons, and morally are you feeling that, if I choose this character and it might adversely affect the people around me?
100%. For starters, let me say to each his own. You know, everybody has their own process. Where I am concerned, I think as actors, you have a big moral compulsion. See, firstly, we have to understand what kind of a country do we live in. We live in a country where a male actor gets a haircut, the entire country is imitating him. That's the power of cinema. We live in a country where our cultures are so diverse. We live in a country where we have poverty, illiteracy, where we have female feticide, where the gender gap is so much. You know, let's not speak of the few elite. You know, the few that have no issues, that live like, that's not your main population, and that's not even your mass. You know, the people that convert these 300, 400 crore film aren't us. They are your masses, and these are the people that actually deal with those issues. So I have a problem when I might morally disagree with something, and if it's shown on screen, I am sure there will be somebody out there enacting the same thing because their hero has done it on screen, and whoever has taken it with a joke or is okay about it. Like if a butt is being smacked, they are okay about it. You know, you can show certain things in cinema, but there has to be a justification to it. There has to be a coming of age of that character. There has to be some ramification. If that is not there, then you are celebrating, I mean, as saying a villain is a very harsh thing, but then you're not celebrating the right things, yeah. I feel very strongly about it, actually.
What about you, Taapsee?
True that. I mean, the problem is not in portraying grey characters. I have played antagonist, I have played protagonist, I have played grey. So the problem is not with the shade, the problem is with the celebration of it, glorification of it, which people should be mindful of. When I've played antagonist, I have been cornered and, you know, in Badla. Or whenever I've played grey, so for example in Man Marziyan, she doesn't really get her way eventually, and she goes through all the problems that she goes through. And when you're protagonist, then please let's, you know, when you're calling yourself the hero of the film, let's behave like one. That's all.
Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
More films like this, and to have so many women coming together and making amazing films. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Watch eTown News Monday to Friday at 9:30 p.m. only on Zoom.